Howdy, Possum Patty here, and I'm just working on a journal cover for the hashtag prompt journal collab and swap. So we were given these little mixed media business card size pieces, and we are to take 3 to 5 elements off of this card and design our own journal cover, which then we're going to swap with our partner. And this is hosted by Rosie at Creative Wings and Wanda at A Day in My World. And my partner is Jeannie at Happily Ella After. So this is the size of the cover, but I was thinking of putting some gesso on here and then painting, but then I decided I wanted to use some watercolors today. So I got out this watercolor. Now this is just practice paper. It's not very expensive watercolor paper, so let's see how it comes out. And I traced a size in the middle and I taped it down. If it was expensive watercolor paper, it would be attached on all 4 sides and not just on one side. And I got out some paints. And as you can see, I've already spilled them everywhere, and I've cleaned my hands 3 times. And I have sort of the blues and greens to match what's on the card. And I try to pick out some transparent colors. And this one, these are Terry Madden and my Mr. Possum bought these for me off of eBay probably 15 years ago. And this one is Intense Manganese. And this one is Prussian Green. Oops. And this one is Phthalo Green. And this one is Intense Phthalo Blue. And this one is Phthalo Blue. And then I have one that's M-gram. And this is also Phthalo Green. So greens and blues, I put them in this little tray here. And I also took out these watercolors that Dolores gave me the other day. And they're all sort of like metallic colors. And I might add a little shine on top of this because she's got sparkle on here. I'm probably going to work in layers and layers, starting with the watercolor, moving to some stencils, and then some collage, and then topping it off with some images. Don't have a solid plan. I'm working intuitively. I haven't used this particular paper in a while, but I'm just going to put some water on here. I know the camera doesn't like to focus on white, so I'm going to hold this tray here. And let's see. Oh, this is a pretty color. As always, as soon as I start working, my clock goes off. That's a northern mockingbird. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful. What color is this? It's kind of the same. A little bit different. Has a little bit more blue in it. This looks like a dark blue. Oh, that's gorgeous. This one, this looks like another dark blue. Those two almost look the same. Oh, that's really dark. Did I do that one? Lots of blue. I need more green. I need more green, 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 green. I'm going for some intense colors, as you can see. Although watercolors will tend to dry a little lighter, I believe. Put some down here. This color said transparent, but I don't know, it just doesn't look transparent on the palette. Yeah, it looks a little opaque to me. Okay, don't need to fuss too much because this is going to get covered up with lots and lots of layers. Okay, if you hear some banging, it's just the cats at the door. Okay, just drying this off a little bit before I add some shimmer on the top. And let's see. I have no idea how these paints are going to work. She bought these at a thrift store, I believed. I was going to put some shimmer on there. There's that green, some green. Ooh, I wonder how the purple would look on top of the blue. Ooh, that's a little pink. That's a little too pink. I'll blend that in, and that's fine. And let's go back to the green, I think. Just a little bit of shimmer. Thank you, Dolores, for the shimmery paints. Okay, I'm going to dry this again. Okay, well, that's pretty interesting. So now I'm looking at the next layer, trying to look from the bottom up, and it looks like some stenciling or stamping or something in there. So I have this crafter's square from the Dollar Tree that I have not used yet, and it has 4 different patterns. I kind of like that one. Looks like leaves, and the leaves remind me of the stitching right there. So I'm going to randomly stamp. I don't want to put too much because it's black. I don't want to cover up all this up. I have black, yeah, this is the black acrylic paint from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to take a very little bit of that and a natural sponge and dab a little bit on there. And let's see. I don't want to make it all black. Just like that. Just get a little bit of like a leaf pattern on there. So this is something I've never done before, a journal cover swap collab. And it's pretty cool that we get to make journals and use somebody else's artwork for the cover. I like that. I like that. Does this have a top or bottom? I don't know yet. I'll do some pointing off in that direction. The other day when I was using a sponge, I made the mistake of wetting it first. And that just puts too much water into it, then you gotta wring it out. So it's much better starting with your sponge dry. I put some right in the middle. Right in the middle. Just a couple going off in that direction. Okay, so now I'm going to let this dry. I should be working on it the way it probably is going to go. Does that fit in frame? Yeah, that fits in frame. Okay, there are my first 3 layers. I have the watercolor, I have the shimmer, and I have the stencil. I'm going to take a little break, let that dry, and go wash this off. Okay, let's see, what can I do next? Maybe some book pages, and then some material. I want gold. I'll put some gold on there too. Stand by, I'll be right back. I have this Schmecky pale gold, and this is dry gouache. So what you do, oops, is not spill the water. Boy, I'm doing really good today. I'm making a mess. Alright, take a little bit of this and put in a little drop of water there. I don't think you need too much. Mix it up. Wow, it looks like gold, doesn't it? Look at that. Takes a while to mix it up though. So I promise I'll be right back again. I'm back. Oh, and now the cat's at the door. Now, do I want to flick or do little tiny dots like on here? Let's see. How does this flick? Give me something, scrap piece of paper. I'm gonna make a mess, you know it. Oop. I think I can flick. I think I can flick this. Alright, let's try it anyway. Now I'm gonna get some gold on there. And just, oops, that's a lot of gold. Here comes a cat. I gotta keep her out of the paint. I'm starting to think of a floral vibe, which I always think of floral vibes, but the colors and the leaf-like pattern and the butterfly. Okay, that's probably enough. That is probably enough. Okay, put that over there. Hopefully I don't knock it over. Go wash those. While that is drying, well, that's very interesting. I have this old book page that I dyed with elderberry juice from the elderberry bush that's down the road. And what if, it's got music on the other side. Just about the same color as that butterfly too. Black and pink. Okay, what if I tear this into like stems? I can't see with the cat in my face. And then make some flowers out of navy material, and some bling bling. Okay, I'm back. Where's my card? My card is under the pile of scraps. Okay, so I've got my colors, my stencil, and fabric. So I was thinking about making some flowers out of fabric. So I went over to the Big Shot and cut out some simple flower shapes. This one's kind of big. I could put half on. And I thought I'd put some flowers. And I don't know about a butterfly. I may still do a butterfly somewhere. But then I was thinking, should I glue these on? Should I sew them on? Because she's got sewing. I can always put gems in the middle of the flowers. And I can make their stems out of paper. So I might go ahead. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to seal this watercolor in. So I'm going to go ahead and put some Mod Podge on here. And let me grab one. Okay, this is just Gloss Mod Podge by Plaid. And I was thinking about putting sparkle on there. Should I mix some sparkle in here? Although this is probably enough. Alright, let's just go ahead and put the gloss on there. And I'm just going to paint it up. This will dry clear and glossy. And then when that's dry, I'm going to take it off of the pad and think about whether I want to glue or sew those flowers on. Okay, I've got it all cut out. I've got it glossy Mod Podge. I wanted to seal in the watercolors. And now what? Now let's put some flowers on here. I'm going to play with arranging, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to think about if I want to glue them or sew them. Okay, change of plans. I decided to sew and glue. So I took each flower and just kind of sewed around and around. I don't have a, like free sew arm on my machine, so it's kind of hard, as you can see on the back. What I did, so now I'm going to glue that down. I changed out the paper stem for the leaf ribbon stem. And I'm going to put 3 flowers. Let me show you the big one. And the other smaller one. So I have 3 ribbon stems, 3 fabric flowers, 3 die cut sparkle butterflies. And then I took the little bit of the book page. Now this book page is literally 100 years old. So I'm going to have to Mod Podge it to protect it. And I took a Learning to Fly from the Tim Holtz Ideology stickers. So I'm just going to glue this all together and then get it down onto this piece of cardboard over here, which I smoothed paint all over, but that's okay. I'm going to cover it up. Okay, now, is there any art supply that I haven't taken out yet? Besides ribbon, fabric, stitching, die cuts, verbiage, paint, stencils, gold dots. Oh! Bling bling, stand by. Alright, so what color bling am I going to use? It's pretty green. I did ink around the edges with a little green. I have this dark purple, which might look nice on that one. Oh, that's perfect right there. So stick to the dots. There's a pink one. There's a bright pink one. I kind of like that pink better. And a green. Should I make 3 different colors? Oh, I got a white, and I got a blue, and I got mermaid bubbles. Okay, let's see. Choices, choices. I'm gonna go with half round pearls. I'm definitely gonna put this one here. Love it, love it. This one is a dark center. I think I'll go with this color pink, the baby pink. Hands are a mess. Got Mod Podge and the glue all over them. And paint, and ink, and paint. Okay, and on this one, I think we'll go with the blue one. Okay, almost there, almost there. All right, so I got my gems on there. Do I need something up here? Learning to fly. Stand by. I feel like I need to add one more little twinkly bit to the journal cover. Oops. To draw attention to learning to fly. Okay. That's it. I'm going to keep it simple. And here's the finished product. All sparkly and shiny. I put the extra little twinkly bit up there next to learning to fly. And I have the glitter Mod Podge to hold down this 100-year-old book page. And there she is, all sparkly and shiny, ready to go on Jeannie's journal. And Jeannie, I hope you love it as much as I do. Here's the original inspiration card. So I have the colors in the background. I have the black stenciling. I have the book pages. I have the glitter. I have the butterfly. I have fabric. I have stitching. I have the gold dots and the bling bling. So the only thing I really don't have are the pumpkins and this little sequin and the gold. The silver over here. But many, many elements I took from this as my inspiration. And Jeannie, this is what I came up with. I hope you love it the way I love it. And I want to wish Rosie at Creative Wings and Wanda at A Day in My World for putting together this collab swap hashtag prompt journal. Very excited to send this to Jeannie, and I can't wait to see what I get from her. So I want to thank everybody for coming along today, and happy journaling. Bye-bye now.